Huh. Yes, Abu, over to you. The next concept, line.
Sir, so line is a sir, so line is a collection of unlimited points which goes on to the right and left hand side to the unlimited distance.
Okay. Let me write these things down. Collection of unlimited points. Okay. You know the symbol of infinite, no?
Yes,
We
sir.
write unlimited only. Okay, ठीक है. पता है तो फिर लिख देते हैं. Collection of unlimited points goes on right and left. Okay. To unlimited distance. Okay. This is what you said. I can see from this definition that Abu, the concept is very clear in your head. Okay. That's one thing I'm learning from this. So for that, I'm giving you 5 points. Yeah. But the concept has not been communicated very precisely. Okay. Precisely, it has not been communicated. Means exactly it has not been communicated. And I'll tell you why, Abu. Because when I see the word right and left, I am thinking, so when it goes up and down, it's not a line, kya? Abu?
Sir, then yes, sir, it is. It will be a line, sir.
It will be a line, no? How will you change it then?
From a point to to the opposite side of a point.
From a point to the opposite side. Now, एक point के लिए तो opposite sides कहाँ होएगा अबू? एक point के लिए तो कोई भी side नहीं है ना, मतलब opposite कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा है ना?
हाँ सर.
समझ गए ना question मेरा?
हाँ सर.
Okay. But very good try, Abu. Okay, very good try to correct. I'll go on to someone else. Let's see what other people have to say. Also, collection of infinite points. देखते हैं. See, let me just tell you one thing. We have already used the word, defined the word line segment and point. So we can use those two again. Okay, those two mathematical words we can use. Just telling you guys this. Okay, let's see what Dhananjay has to say. Dhananjay, go ahead.
Sir, a line is a straight figure which that has no thickness and it extends endlessly in both the direction.
Okay, straight figure, no thickness, extends endlessly in both direction. Okay. Now there are a few problems. This is a good definition, Dhananjay, okay? But there are a few problems in this. First, let me tell you what is good about this. I like the word no thickness, okay? Even though this is like little 1 millimeter long, we should imagine no thickness, okay? Because it's points only which are next to each other, okay? So that's one good thing. Extends endlessly in both directions. Perfect, Dhananjay. And for these two things, I'm going to give you 5 points, okay? But the word straight figure, firstly, straight is kind of not very mathematical, okay? Like we use something else in place of saying straight and the word figure, okay? Figure is still okay, but the word straight figure is leaving me not clear with what it means, okay? It's leaving me like, instead can I use some mathematical word which I've already defined in place of this? Yeah, DJ, you're getting me? So it's not a perfect definition, yeah, but it's a good one. It's a very close one, yeah. Moving on to Amruta.
Sir, extending a line.
Yes, tell me.
Extending a line segment infinitively on both sides.
Perfect. That's all. Perfectly said, Amruta. Okay. Because you have already defined line segment. Okay. Because you have already defined line segment, I can use that definition. Let's take a line segment MN. I can use that definition. This thing has two sides, no? Abu, point का दो side नहीं होता था. लेकिन line segment का तो दो end side है ना? ये इसी direction, इस direction, दो direction हो गया ना? अबू, you're getting the difference?
Yes, sir.
समझा? So take a line segment, extend it infinitely on both directions, you get a line. Simple, over. Okay, no other words needed here. Because it is line segment, it is automatically understood that it is collection, or if infinite points are there already. Here only this much only is having infinite points, so obviously that just keeping on going. Yeah. And above, in place of right and left, we use the word both directions, which Dhananjay also used, and which who just spoke now, Amruta also used. Let me give Amruta 5 points. Yeah, Amruta also used. So instead of right and left, just use the word both directions. That makes it much clearer. Yeah. And instead of straight figure, which is confusing, which is not very mathematical, we have not yet defined the meaning of straight and figure. In fact, from the meaning of shortest is a very mathematical thing. So we use shortest path in line segment, right? Now from line segment, you can use line segment whenever you need straight. So you're building it from line segment. We good here, guys? I want to check on the screen a thumbs up if we are all good. And one person is missing. I want us to quickly check our houses who is missing. Yeah. Thumbs up on screen if this is very clear. Okay. All of them did a very good job at explaining, but I'm just giving a simple definition. Line segment you take, extended infinitely on both sides. Yeah. Abu adding one dimensional. Abu one dimensional वाले part पे 1 minute में आते हैं. ठीक है. Just let me write this definition here, and then we'll come to this. Okay. So Amruta, can you say the definition once again, and we'll write it on the screen?
Yes, sir. Shall I say, sir?
1, 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Yes, tell Amruta.
Extending a line segment infinitively on both sides.
Okay. When a line, we can write it like this: a line is formed. A line is the shape which is formed, or you can say like that, or you can just say when we extend a line segment, please take this down, infinitely on both directions, we get a line. Okay. Yeah, DJ, let me tell you one thing. The definition which you gave, that's not wrong. Okay. Straight figure with no thickness extending on both sides. But I was thinking, since we are already having line and line segment, we are already having point and line segment, we'll use that and make it a simpler one. And that's why I'm giving this. Yeah. Your definition is right if you were to explain it to some random person. But we already have a shared understanding of the meaning of line segment. Okay.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है, गलत नहीं था वो. Okay, Abu का थोड़ा बहुत गलती था. We already worked on that. Gagan, you're still raising your hands. You have something to add?
Sir, if we mention the both on both the directions, it might be like it can be at like a 90-degree also, no, sir?
I do not understand.
I mean, you said infinitely on the both directions, sir. It instead of like a line segment, if it becomes like a right angle or a reflex angle, sir.
Good question. Good question, Gagan. Okay.
Directions.
Good question. Now for
Sir,
this
I'll
line
answer.
segment, yes, go ahead, Dhananjay.
Can I? Sir, we define line segment. Line segment definition is that the shortest distance between two endpoints. So if you take the 90-degree, it's not the shortest distance between
Shortest
two
path.
endpoints.
Shortest path.
Shortest path between two endpoints. So it will not be a line segment, the 90-degree and the reflex angle.
It will happen.
Good answer, Dhananjay. Since this is the shortest path, in this path, which direction you can go, Gagan? You can go this direction or you can go this direction, no? In this path, any other direction?
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
No, sir.
Good question, Gagan, and good answer, Dhananjay. Yeah. This keeps on going, okay? And so how do we name this? Sorry, Anshu, I think you were raising your hands. Kuch aur add karna tha kya?
Yes, sir. What to Gagan, sir? I was saying that we have already mentioned line segment, sir, and so it will be straight. And
Okay.
they are saying both the directions, so it will go straight because line segment is on a short path, sir, like shortest distance.
Cool. Yes. So the naming, can you tell me how this is named? Anyone remembers how this is named?
Yes, sir. Can I say?
Go ahead.
Sir, it will be same mark, sir, but it will be little short and MNN. line segment
Hmm?
with expanding both the sides like the arrow.
Yeah, correct. That's all. Yeah, this is how we name a line. Okay, now I have an important point to add here. Okay, let's take this line only. Okay, let's take this line only. Let's see, this is M, this is N, and I'm putting one more point here, B. Can I call this same line as MB also? Can I call it same as BN also? Can I call it same as NM also? Yes, Darshini?
Yes, sir, we can.
Yeah, the trick is you have to use using any 2 points on the line. Okay, any 2 points on the line. Okay, there is one more way of naming a line. Can anyone remind us of that? Not always we use 2 points. There is one more way. Darshini, you're still raising your hand. Do you want to answer that?
No, sir, I wanted to tell why.
You want to tell why? Go ahead.
Sir, because anyway it is going to extend, right? So it's
Perfect.
not in the same point.
Perfect. So all these points are having equal importance. So any way you name, it does not matter. Good. There's one more way of naming. I don't know. This is also common in our textbooks. Okay, that is by using a small letter. Okay, any one arrow side. No, we will write one small letter L. Okay, or we can write M or N or X or Y, but it will be small letter. So or using a single small letter. Okay, and when we are doing like this, we will call it line L. Okay, for example, line L. All right, take this down, guys. It may not be L. L is just I'm giving. It can be any small letter, but single small letter. Okay, when we are writing small letter, we will not write L M and we will not write L and M both. Okay, we will write any one corner. We will write one letter. Let that be very clear to you guys. Yeah, and now coming to the question of coming to the question which Abu asked. Do we need to include the word one dimensional in this definition? Abu, you are right when you say that it is a one dimensional figure. Okay, that's a very, very important understanding for us to have. A one dimensional figure only has length. Only length is there. Okay, it does not have any thickness. There is no thickness here. That is one point only, no? So there is no thickness. Okay, but lots of points are next to each other, so it has length. Okay, in case of line, the length is infinite. In case of line segment is also 1D figure only. There we have a fixed length. Okay, but Abu, there is no need to include that in the definition. Okay, that's not, because that's another thing you need to define them. Yeah, dimensional word we have not yet established. That's an understanding you should have. Good with that, Abu?
Yes, sir.
Does that answer all your thoughts, all your doubts which you had? You have something to add here?
Yes, sir.
Bolo?
कुछ नहीं सर, खत्म.
Oh, okay. All right, guys, I'll wait for 30 seconds for you to take this down. Quickly, be quick about it, yeah? Remember, classwork is coming at the end of the week, so please take this down. Okay, taking questions from chat while you're taking this down. Usman nahi, MNB पूरा नहीं लिख सकते, just write 2 letters, okay? 2 letters are used. Can we write like this? Line segment without any endpoint. लेकिन उस्मान line segment का मतलब तो endpoint है, तो line segment without any endpoint तो confusing हो गया ना पढ़ने वाले के लिए. First, if you say line segment without endpoint, that is becoming confusing for the person who is reading it. So that's why we say, instead of that, saying that it extends on both directions makes it easier to accept. Yeah, easily acceptable. Line is हाँ, उस्मान बिफोर लाइन भी हो सकता था, नेक्स्ट भी हो सकता था. रे का डेफिनेशन लाइन पे डिपेंड नहीं करता है, तो वी विल टेक इट अप नाउ. ओके, whichever way we could have done it. Gagan, even if you raise your hand the first time, I will decide who has to answer. So let's not have this discussion again. Okay. No, Gagan, you cannot use red pen. That's class 2-3 child you're asking. Okay. All right, let's move on. We are moving ahead to the next part, and the next thing is the next foundational concept here is ray open to delve. Let's someone who has not yet spoken. I would like someone who has not yet spoken to answer. Chandan, you're raising your hands. Go ahead.
Sir, ray is the part of a line, sir, which has only one end point and extends infinitely on the other side.
Okay, let me write this down. Part of a line having one end point
And extends infinitely.
okay, and extending infinitely to the other direction. Perfect, Gagan. This is perfect, Chandan. This is correct. But I am going to see if someone else has any other definition. Okay. Gagan, you have used the concept of line to, sorry, why I'm writing Gagan? Chandan, you have used the concept of line to define ray. That from that concept, you have defined it perfectly. Okay. I want to see if someone can use the concept of line segment to define ray. Vaishnavi.
Sir, line segment extending on one side infinitely is called ray.
Perfect. When we extend a line segment infinitely on any one direction, okay, not both, any one direction, we get a ray. Okay, DJ, you have something else to add?
No, sir.
Okay,
The ray.
okay, so Vaishnavi,
Sir,
5 points here. Yeah, yes, Gagan, please raise your hands. No, who was speaking? Abu, bolo.
Sir, is this both correct, sir?
Both are correct. Yes, Abu.
Okay, sir.
दोनों में कोई भी ऐसा word नहीं है. Both of these don't contain any word which is confusing for us, right? Which is new or different, which meaning we don't know. Both of these are complete. Yeah, and they depend on, this one depends on the line thing, this one depends on line segment thing. But for our class, both are correct, right? Because both of line and line segment are defined previously.
Sir, naming.
Yeah, naming. बता दो अबू, चलो. Not Abu. Let's go to someone who has not yet spoken. Anyone who would go to the naming. I'm going to draw lines. I'm going to draw a ray here. Okay. Let's draw this ray, and this, let's call this endpoint as X. Let's call this P. Let's call this Q. Let's see. Who are raising their hand? I see Manoj, Bipasha, Darshini, Anshu, and Abu. So Manoj, go ahead and answer. This ray which I have drawn, how you will name?
Sir, we can name it as XP above ray, sir.
XP and above, I should draw ray. Which direction ray should be? P or X?
Right side, sir.
Right side, okay.
And XQ also we can do, sir. XQ
okay.
Up ray, right side.
Okay.
Then PQ also we can do, sir. Or PQ up right side.
PQ up right side. Okay, let's see.
And this will become ulta, sir. This three again. You have to write.
Okay. Okay. So let's take it one by one. Okay. Let's start with XP. Okay. XP is correct. Okay. I want you to notice this. Okay. Whichever is the end point that I'm writing first. Okay. XP, X I'm writing first. XQ, no big difference because it is going infinitely, no? So this is also correct. Whether you take Q or P does not matter. Okay. But when these two are correct, okay, these two are correct. But when I take PQ, okay, PQ means P is starting point. See, the starting point should be written on the left side. Okay. Right now, starting point is what? X. That should be written on the left side. So if you write PQ, this becomes wrong. PQ is like some ray like this. Okay, wait, I'll draw PQ and show you. PQ will be starting from, starting from P, going to Q, and then going infinitely. This will be PQ. Manoj, are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is incorrect. Okay, PQ, I want you to write PQ, put incorrect. Okay, even actually, even QP is incorrect. Can anyone tell me why QP is wrong? QP is also wrong. It is not, it is actually correct, but it is not the name of the same thing as XP. Why? Anyone? Nazreen?
Because Q is not the starting point of the ray, sir.
Badhiya. Okay, the starting point is X. If I take QP, no, what I mean is I am starting from PQ, going till P, and then going infinitely. Do you see QP will be a part of XP? Can you see this, Nazreen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because from XP, you are removing QX. Then you will get QP. Is everyone understanding this part well? Just take a minute to think about this. From XP, this full is XP. Okay. I'm removing this green part. This much part I'm removing. Then I will get this part remaining. Okay. That is QP. So QP is not the full ray. It is one more ray. This is also ray only. QP is also ray only, but it's a different ray than XP. Okay. I want to check on the screen if everyone is good with this or not. Thumbs up if we are good with this discussion. And yes, I'll come to Darshini and Manoj in a bit. Okay, great. Darshini, go ahead.
Sir, even QX is wrong, sir.
Definitely, Darshini. Q is first. So QX is what? QX is a line segment, first of all. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, if you're talking about ray, if I write QX ray, then it means I should start from Q, go to X, and then go infinitely. Is that ray that we are talking about? That's not the ray, right? It's a different thing.
Yes.
That's a different ray only. Okay. Manoj, what's your doubt?
Sir, in the naming, no, sir.
Hmm?
Why the ray is always going right, sir?
That's a convention, Manoj. Okay, that's a convention. We have talked about conventions before. It is like why your parents are calling you Manoj. Okay, the answer is something like that. It's you mathematicians decided, okay, this is how it's going to be, so that even hundreds of years after people decided this, we are still able to communicate. No, if I draw a diagram and I write XP like this, any other mathematician sitting in France also, he will understand, know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so that's why we use conventions. Okay, means we set a practice and we continue to follow that. Okay, just for ease of communication in the long term. Manoj, you can lower your hands now. Yeah, I hope you're good, guys. One more thing, just write this also. PX is also wrong. Okay, PX is also wrong because starting point should be left. Okay, one more thing I'll show you. Even this is wrong. If I write PX like this and put arrow like this is also wrong. That's the answer to Manoj's question. Okay, the convention is this. Okay, start with the starting point. You can actually write this and put a wrong on top of that. Yeah, XP or XQ you put tick mark. Okay, I'll just wait for 30 seconds. If anyone needs to copy anything, and then we will quickly run through a few other concepts. Yeah. You're seeing my OneNote screen only, right? You're seeing my whiteboard only, right? Blackboard. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. OneNote screen.
Yes, sir. Blackboard, sir.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyone still writing? I'll wait. If you are still writing, please unmute and speak. Yes, sir, I'm writing. Otherwise, I'll continue.
Yes, sir, I'm
Okay, I'll wait. I'll give you 15 seconds more. Moving on, shall I, Darshini?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
Bhavani, cool. All right. The next few concepts we'll just quickly do. It's like more of a like a recap only, like just so that these terminologies are clear with us. Intersecting lines. Can anyone tell me what does it mean? Intersecting lines. Go ahead, Dhananjay, quickly.
Sir, intersecting lines are those lines which cut itself in a point.
Which
When
cut
not sir,
itself.
which not cut sir. What?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, a meet. It
Very
meet
good. Meet where?
in a point, sir. Where it
At a point. Okay, cool.
yes, sir.
Intersecting lines are two lines which meet at a point. Okay, L intersects. We will say it as L intersects M at this point. Let's call this point capital P. Okay, at P. Is that okay? L
Yes, sir.
intersects M at capital T. Okay, this is our language. Okay, now I have a question here. Okay, let's we'll come to back to this. Okay, what is the opposite of intersecting lines? What is the antonym of intersecting lines? Abu, go ahead.
Parallel lines.
Parallel lines. क्या होता है parallel lines में?
Parallel lines. Parallel lines are the lines which do not meet at any point.
Parallel lines do not meet at any point. Okay, let's call this line as
PQ.
Y and Z. Okay, and how do we denote it? Y is parallel to Z. Okay, Y and Z will never meet. Okay, will never meet even if they are extended infinitely. Okay, they will keep on going and going. Now I have a question here. Okay, why they will never meet? Why will these two lines never meet? What is happening? What is the difference in this situation, and in this situation? I'll show you one more example. Let's think of one diagram like this. Okay, intersecting lines में ही बनाता हूं मैं. Just think of a diagram like this. These lines will meet or not? Let's have someone who can talk to me here. Someone who has spoken very less. Let's take Deepa. Would you like to talk to me here?
Yeah, sir.
Go ahead. Deepa, these two lines will meet or not?
They are going to meet, sir.
They are going to meet.
Because-
Which side? Why? Yeah, go ahead. Tell me.
Sir, they don't have equal difference, sir. Like in the
But you-
starting,
Mhm.
more, sir, and in ending it is less, sir. And in one point they are going to meet, sir. So there should
Badhiya.
be equal distance, sir.
Very well said, Deepa. The distance is decreasing as we go to the right. So if we extend it, if the distance distance will keep on decreasing because they are straight. We already know why they are straight. Distance will keep on decreasing, and someday they will meet. Somewhere they will meet. Yeah, it may be very far, but if the lines now, Deepa, that brings us to the question of then why do you think parallel lines will not meet? Can you only complete this? Deepa, that was very
Yes,
well
sir.
answered. So I will give you
They-
5 points for this. Yes, Deepa, tell me.
Sir, because here they have equal distance, sir.
Very good. The distance is equal every time. Okay. How we measure a distance, how we measure the distances, you should be perpendicular. Okay. Here you also take perpendicular, you also take perpendicular. The perpendicular distance between the two lines is always same, and that's why they will never meet. Okay, so you write it like this. You can write y here. Y, the reason is the perpendicular symbol is this. Okay, the perpendicular distance. If you just write distance also, it's fine. Okay, but we're just going to use this word, the perpendicular distance, because you can take distance like this also. No, we're not taking like that. Okay, we're taking straight. This quickest distance between the two lines. Yeah, the perpendicular distance between the two lines, between any two parallel lines, remains the same, or we can just write as does not change. Okay, does not change anywhere. And that is why it is going to be like that. Gagan, you have something to add here? Guys, quickly check who is missing. One person is missing. Gagan, क्या बोलना है?
Sir, now only I forgot, sir.
Okay.
Whenever you ask questions after raising a lot, after a long time, we'll forget, sir.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, who is missing, guys? One person is missing. Can you quickly check your houses once? Bhumika, go ahead and ask.
Sir, after Y, sir, what is that, sir?
Which one, Ma? This
Under
one, yeah?
parallel line, sir. Under that Y. After that, sir, Y, then the.
Hey, no. This is nothing. This is Y is parallel to Z.
Not that, sir. Near Y, sir. You have written Y
This
and
one.
written
Oh,
Z.
sorry. Okay, this is the Y. Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
The next one?
Because the perpendicular, that is the symbol of perpendicular. This is the symbol of perpendicular, no? And we write the word R like this when we are simply using it in a sentence. Okay. When we simply say, if we have two line segments like this, PXQ, okay. So we will say this is 90 degree, then PX is perpendicular to XQ. You know this, no? Bhumika?
Yeah, sir.
So if we are using it in a sentence, we will use it like this, perpendicular. R we will put like that. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, Santosh is missing.
Thank you, Darshini. Just put his name in the chat, will you? Can you do that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. So we are moving on. This is an important concept. Now I have one more question. Okay, I think I might have asked this to you before. Suppose two lines are there. Okay, they are not parallel. How many times can they meet? Gagan.
They will meet only once, sir.
Why, Gagan?
Because if they meet at example the intersecting lines, sir, they met actually at one point, and they expand at the both sides, sir, and they never meet because it's not going in like it's going more than 0 degrees, sir.
Okay.
They meet at that point.
Cool. Degree mat use karo yahan pe, but yeah, you're right. Degree is the same. Okay, but yes, you're right. The distance between them will keep on increasing on both sides. Once they have met, then other sides it will keep on increasing. And yes, you're right, Gagan. Very well answered. Okay, I think we must have done this before, but nonetheless, very good. Anshu, you have a question? Or you have answer?
No, sir. Adding to Gagan, sir, because
Bolo?
it is a line, sir.
Hmm?
Because it is a line, that's why it will go straight, sir, and it will never meet.
Important point, Anshu, and that's why I will give you 5 points here, because if it was not a line, after meeting it can go curve like this, and they will meet again. But it is a line, so it's going to keep on going straight, and that was an important part of the reason. Anshu very well identified that part of reason was not there. Good, Anshu. Yeah. All right, guys, we have we saw intersecting lines, parallel lines. There is one more definition, one more important definition here. Bipasha, you have a question?
What is Y? After that, I'm not able to understand.
Y and Z, ma.
In a parallel line.
नहीं समझा मैं क्या बोले?
Sir, in parallel lines, sir, you have written the definition. Why you have written Y? After that, you have written the, and after that, I'm not.
अरे इतने देर इसको ये अंशु को समझाया मैं, कहाँ ध्यान था? Perpendicular. When we अभी तो बोला, if we just take two line segments PQX, okay, we will say this is 90 degree. We will say PQ perpendicular to QX, okay. But when we are using it in a full sentence, this is a common way of writing it. Put the symbol and write R, Okay. It's a short form for perpendicular. Okay, Pasha. All right.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Moving on. Now, okay. Anyone wants me to wait? Just unmute and speak. Wait. People have. You have written Santosh is missing. Anyone? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Thanks, Darshini. I will mark him as dropped out. Yeah. Guys, I am generally going to be alert about if I see a number decrease and it does not increase within a minute or two, means you're not with your tab, some big problem. I'm going to mark your attendance will change from present to dropped. Okay. And that's going to be counted. If you have dropped and then also you've not given any kind of information about what the reason is, then yeah, we'll all of this will be accounted for. Yeah. Moving on, I see Deepa still raising your hands. Deepa and Gagan and Vipasha, if you don't have anything, please put your hands down. Or
One intersecting.
tell Deepa.
Sir, can you show that? Sir, I haven't written that.
Intersecting lines ka? Yeah.
Yes. Sir, definition for this.
Definition, Abhi, the two lines which meet at a point, Deepa. Okay, I'm just quickly doing it just so that we recap the meaning of the words. Yeah, two lines which meet at a point. That much is enough. Right now it's not needed only, Deepa. Okay, समझ गए ना अभी आगे बढ़ते हैं. Yeah. Moving on to the next thing. This is one more important thing. And suppose there is one line L, there is another line M. Both are meeting at P. Okay. But one more line, let's call this line A, that is also meeting at P only. One more line, say very difficult to draw, but yeah, one more line, let's call this line B. It is also meeting at P only. What are these lines called? Anyone? There's a different word. They'll not be called intersecting. Yeah, line L is intersecting M. Line L is also intersecting A. Line L is also intersecting B. Line B is also intersecting all three. But together these lines have a word. Darshini, do you remember the word?
Perpendicular bisector.
Ayyo, no, illapa. Perpendicular bisector means one line segment is there, MN. One line ray or line segment is actually dividing it into two equal parts. And it is also perpendicular. That is called perpendicular bisector. Ma? Different thing altogether.
Sir, I remember.
Bolo, Bhavani, bolo.
Corresponding angles.
No. Okay, I think you remember the letter C, Bhavani.
Sir, it's
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going to the next person, Gagan. Okay, I'm just going to write it.
Transfers or something.
No. Ba. Just message me. All of you private message me. Let's see if someone gets it right. We'll wait for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All of us are not correct. None of us are correct. It is concurrent lines. Okay. It is concurrent lines. Have you seen this word before?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Parvani, no problem. Just take this down. It is basically when more than, let's write the definition since it's new for you. When more than two lines meet at a single point. They are called concurrent lines. Okay. So we say lines, you'll read it as lines A, B, L, and M are concurrent to each other. Are just concurrent, you can say. Like that. Take this down, take the diagram, and then it should be a single point. Okay, it should not be different points. It can't be line A is going here, L is going here, M is going here. This is not concurrent. It should be single point. We'll wait for 30 seconds. I see heard first time idea yaad nahi hai. Bhavani, the name is not congruent, it's concurrent. Just check that. Yeah. Okay, 2 people raising their hands. Vaishnavi, go ahead.
Sir, I was answering something, sir. By mistake, I forgot to.
Gagan, you have something? No problem. Gagan.
Sir, you drew a diagram over this below that means not at the same point is no, sir. For this concurrent lines only, not at the same point that goes that side. Is there any name for that diagram, sir?
No, it will form some shape. No, right now it's forming a triangle. Or you can also say L is intersecting A. L is also intersecting M. Okay, all of them are different intersections. Okay.
Yes, sir.
It is not concurrence. Okay, and you can also write here. This is an important thing. Point P is called point of concurrence. CONCURRENCE. Okay, let's write this down. Okay, we have intersecting and parallel lines done, and we'll go to curves, polygons, angles. Then we'll see that part tomorrow. Yeah, you know, wrap this up right now. I want you to just revise that and come if you have the notebook of previous grades. Just revise these definitions and come. It will just help us as we enter. You know, the foundation is good. Then as we enter the grade 9th for geometry, it will help us. Okay, we'll take 2 or 3 classes to revise the old things, then it will help us to go ahead. Yeah, so I think we're good here, guys. Shall we wrap up then? Any doubts? Anyone has any doubts? I'll stop sharing my screen.
No, sir.
No, sir, we are right.
Okay, you're writing. All right. I'll wait for 1 minute. If you don't have any doubts, I'll tell you, only then leave. Okay, I'm just going to wait for 1 minute if anyone has any doubt. Or any questions? Okay.
Done, sir.
Right. So guys, we are starting geometry from the scratch. We're not spending so much time. Otherwise, I would have taken a lot of time for these things. We're just starting geometry from the scratch. What we're trying to do here is make our foundations, recap our foundations, and make it very, very strong in our heads. Okay. So that when we build the building of geometry, we are not confused at that time. Yeah. That's our whole motive here. Okay. And maths and geometry is such a subject where everything depends on the knowledge which you know previously, and one more other thing, that's logic. Okay, these two together form the whole building. So yeah, guys, I'm going to stop sharing now. We done? Anyone wants me to stay? Okay, no, I'm going to stop sharing, and thank you, guys. I see one more person missing. Can we quickly check who that is, and then we can drop off?